Hey guys, it's me Kailash here. Welcome back to kAiCubing. In this video, I will be showing you guys the keyhole method of solving F2L cases. So, before we get into the keyhole technique, let's just talk about the basic concept and the idea behind keyhole. So we're going to understand that using this F2L case right here. We can see that the edge piece has been solved, but the corner needs to be solved. So normally, you would put the corner back there and make an F2L pair by doing this and then inserting it. But now let me just undo the moves to show you guys a little bit more efficient and faster method of doing the same. So now we are back to the same scenario where the edge is solved and the corner needs to be solved. So for this, we can start by moving the D layer like this and then inserting the corner into this location like this and moving it back. As you can see now, this F2L piece has been solved but a lot faster and a lot more efficient. This is much more faster and this takes just 5 moves compared to the 8 moves of the other solution. One thing that is crucial to keep in mind when doing these keyhole inserts is that the slot you're moving over must be unsolved. So here we have the same scenario as last time where the corner is solved and the edge needs to be solved, but this F2L pair is also solved. So if we repeat the same solution as last time by moving the D layer over, inserting the edge and moving this back, you can see that this is solved, but this F2L pair has now been disturbed and is now unsolved, which is not good. So let me undo these moves and I'll show you the right way to solve this using keyhole. So what I can do instead of moving this slot over is by moving this one instead, because this is unsolved and is not solved. So I can move this over like this and then insert the edge and then undo that move. So now we have this solved and this is solved, which is great news. So now let's get into some examples to see how we can use this in real solves. So now let's look at a few examples of using the keyhole technique in solves. So here we can see that this corner is solved, but this edge is flipped but in the correct position. So now instead of going through the ugly way of taking this out and then pairing this up and etc, I can just use keyhole instead. So I can begin by moving this slot over because it is unsolved and then using the flipping algorithm, which is on screen, and undoing the D move. So now this effectively has been solved. Let's take a look at another example. So here I have not yet completed the cross, but we can use keyhole here because we can see that this corner will be solved when I finish the cross. So as you can see, the corner has been solved. So we can take advantage of this and use keyhole. So the required edge is over here and it needs to be in this position. So I can first bring this edge down here as usual and then I can solve the edge along with it like this and then finish the cross. And now the F2L pair has been solved along with the cross. This is called an X cross or an extended cross. But one fancy thing you can do here is instead of doing the D move, we can do a wide U move so that this front slot is now free. Let's take a look at 2 more examples. So here I have set up a case that is really nice to solve using keyhole. So here this edge has been solved and this corner has also been solved. And we need to solve these 2 pieces. Now instead of using and solving it independently one by one, by solving this first and then doing this or vice versa, we can just use keyhole by solving both simultaneously. We can basically see that these 2 are unsolved, so we can move that over to form one F2L pair. Then we can treat this as though it is one F2L pair and then solve it with one algorithm like this. And then when I move the D layer back, we can see that both have been solved, which is really nice. Now here is a slight variation which is a lot more likely to come in your solves. So here we have an ugly F2L case here, and we have a fairly good case. Now instead of solving this regularly using normal keyhole by moving the D layer over, inserting the corner and moving it back, we can just use the case I showed you in the previous example. We can set that case up. So I'm going to begin by solving this corner like this. Now we have the same case as last time. So I can move the D layer over and then solve this and this, like this. And then now when I move the D layer back, this F2L pair and this F2L pair have been solved simultaneously. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I'll go over some more advanced solves and examples in another video where I talk about pseudo slotting. That's all for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!